ounce of the chip stacks with 1.7 million in chips, and Arjun is playing from Delhi. Rounding off in the last three names that's here, that's Amit More, who's playing as Timerom, if I'm getting that right, and he's got a stack of 1.6 million in chips. Last two players, again a familiar name. In 7th position is Gokul Raj playing as Super Kings with 1.1 million in chips, and he's also the winner of the first IOPC Super High Roller event with 28 lakhs as that prize. He's been playing professionally for the last 3 years, and he's based out of Goa, which is where I am right now. Wonderful Goa. And last but definitely not the least is Pulkit Mehra, who's playing as Mahi Marega. There's no lack of creative names as far as this final table is concerned. So Mahi Marega is Pulkit Mehra playing with 717,000 in chips. He's the shortest stack on the table. Let me ask you, Sagar, first. You know a couple of these names, certainly, maybe more than that. Just right off the bat, who do you think are the picks here, to make it to that top three?
Yeah, most likely it will be Modi 17 or Arjun Pasricha. And I would have said Gokul Raj, but he's from the little bit shorter side of around, I think, 13 bit. But yeah, these three are most likely going to take the medallion, gold medallion.
Sam, I think, I don't know if you know some of these names here, but I think you know maybe a couple of them. Certainly you know Arjun Pasricha, considering that he was the winner of the FTS Main Event the last time that we commentated together. So I would say that Arjun is probably one of your picks as well.
Yeah, I think he's really going to be pushing to get that first win under his belt, coming straight off a victory in the last series. But I also remember seeing quite a bit of Gaurav Sood. He's sort of midway in the pack, isn't he?
Well, there you go. That's exactly the point that I was going to make, that, it's not just these titles, the medallions and the gift hampers. It's also those leaderboard points that is much coveted by a lot of these players who are participating or going to participate in the course of this series. Getting to that final table means that you're racking up more points for the leaderboard. So certainly one more thing that needs to be looked at. But what we can tell you for sure is the prize payouts that are going to happen in the course of this final table. Let me begin from the first payout, which is a sum of 14.39 lakh rupees. That's a lot of cookies that you can buy. So up top, 14.39 lakh, and second place will get 9.03 lakhs, followed by 6.46 lakhs for third place. And we go all the way down to 1.6 lakhs for the 8th place finisher. That's the min payout that'll happen. Gentlemen, since we're about to kick off, well, literally kick off with this kickoff event, the course of this live streaming, of this final table series, let me get your thoughts before we sort of get right into the action. Sagar, what are your general expectations over the course of this final table? Do you think it's going to be like all guns blazing, people playing completely crazy, or do you think we're going to see a little more solid poker?
I think people are going to be crazy because the top two with whom I have played mostly online, Prakhar 27 is, he's going to be putting a lot of pressure. Arjun Agarwal is pretty aggressive. Like, I believe he is one of the most aggressive player I have encountered online in Spartan.
Well, just extending to what Sagar said, Sam, I guess the chip leaders are going to do what chip leaders are going to do. Make sure that they are the table captains and sort of bully their way to the top two. Well, at least to heads up with the strength of their stacks.
Yeah, we've seen certainly in the last series that the those that have chips are definitely not afraid to start swinging and getting into the action straight away.
For sure, we're going to see some action. It's just a matter of how quick that action is going to take place, because we've seen some short final tables over the course of the last FTS and the IOPC. Well, it's been wonderful having both these gentlemen with us. Sam, of course, continues with us, but we're going to say goodbye to Sagar Chaudhary, who's been kind enough to join us for this pre-show, and he's shared his valuable thoughts with us. Sagar, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you at one or maybe more of these final tables in the course of this coming week of the FTS 2.0. Once again, thanks so much, Sagar.
Thank you, Peter. Let's hope so.
So we have an exciting lineup of players ready to get on with their actions at this final table. And let me repeat, the winner of the 75 lakh guaranteed kickoff event, along with that 14 lakhs in prize money, is also going to be felicitated with an 18 karat gold medallion, a game face mask, and a special gift hamper as well. So, what are we waiting for? Let's raise the curtains of the final table of this kickoff event at the India Poker Championships Final Table Series 2.0.
Players, put your hashtag GameFace on.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off to the races, as they say, in terms of this final table getting underway. I think we're facing a slight technical difficulty in the visuals here. Yeah, the table is not visible at the moment. I'm just trying to fix that. Just give us a second. There we go. All right, the table's fired up. We can finally see the cards. And for those of our viewers who are joining us at this moment, don't worry, you haven't missed out on much. But it's quite the packed final table here at the FTS 2.0's kickoff event. Alongside me, of course, Sam Razavi, always entertaining, always affable. Sam, I think we can look forward to some pretty good poker action now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to go down. Great to be back, and yeah, envious as always I am. I'm a rusty card. I haven't seen a pair of cards myself for a long time, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, Mahi Marega, the very interestingly named Mahi Marega, who's the short stack at the table, that's Pulkit Mehra, who's got the Jack 7 off. And he's up against Mozzie 17, that's Gaurav Sood. We're going to wait for this hand to play through before we bring in our special guest for this evening's panel. Ooh, pocket aces for Super Kings right there. That's Gokul Raj, who's sitting in on one of the shorter stacks, a little over $1 million in chips for him. He'll be happy to see those cards, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, Optimal is probably to shove given the limp. Because you're expecting, I don't expect limping 6-8 diamonds out that stack. Under the gun +1, I would have thought he's much stronger than that. So, I guess if he's opted the limp, he's probably going to feel free, and he's get in trouble if that's what he does. Obviously, I bet this is the first analyst. Yeah, I don't know if that's a limp by mistake or what, but
yeah,
strange.
Misclick issues happening at this FTS. Well, as the next hand kicks in, it is my pleasure to welcome this special guest on our panel for this evening's broadcast. She first shot of fame with her appearance on Shark Cage, and of course from there on she's done plenty in the poker world with a lot of deep finishes and titles in the course of her very young career. She's also the winner of the President's Award. It is my pleasure to welcome to this live stream Muskan Sethi. Muskan, very nice to have you here with us.
Thank you so much, Peter. You always give such nice introductions. Just make my day, and then I can be in a nice mood now. I'm super excited to see this final table because I was reading these boys last night, and 3 of them are like good friends. So let's see what they get up to. I am going to see all their secrets today.
Pocket 6 is for Mozzie 17, who, of course, puts a few more chips into the pot with that hand. But I'm guessing he's not going to get too much joy from N. Kush.
Yeah, let's think Kush wants to get fruity here. Let's go.
Given there's so many other short stacks here, and I feel like a few players are going to be a little ICM aware today, especially at this point until the smaller stacks bust out. So I'm gonna. But this is also a time for a few of them to get a double up, because people are not going to be calling off that light. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, well, that's why I was about to say actually on the flip side. I mean, this is probably a clear jam from this one. It's at less than 17 beats in the D. I was going to say it's also a good time to play back at people, given that they're very ICM aware. It also makes it hard for them to, knowing that people are going to tighten up for that reason. When you get played back, those sixes, for example, would have been in a really tough spot. And Kush decides to go a bit wild with a king three. That's why I always get a bit, with that awkward stack size on the button. I don't know whether to just, I'm not going to raise full off of sixes, so sometimes, I don't know if it's in vogue these days, just to pile the whole lot in on the button, and if you get called, you get called, as opposed to losing 2 or 3 big blinds.
Peter, I'm a bit distracted by Gokul's display picture. Who is that with him in his profile picture right now?
I'm struggling to figure that out myself because it's really tiny on my screen, but clearly it is someone off note. We'll find out if Gokul runs all the way through this evening. I'm sure we'll get on a call with him and just figure out exactly who that person is next to him.
Come on, chat, help us out. I am super confused. Does it look like Jakobsen or is it a cricketer? I don't know. This is really confusing. Sam's gonna give it a shot.
I don't know. I mean, it also looks a bit like, is his name Barney Trouble because of the... I know it probably isn't him, but it does look...
No, I think Barney's got like much more of a ginge kind of a look to his hair, so this guy looks more blonde.
So now this player in the small blind, he is Amit More, and he is a player we need to watch out today because he is going to take some unconventional lines, and he is not that red, but lately he's been playing a lot of tournaments, and he is somebody who I feel is someone who believes in more exploitative than GTO. That's a few things we've seen from him in the past, so it's going to be interesting. And obviously Gaurav Sood, Mozzie. Here we have Arjun Agarwal. He is also from Delhi, 29 years old, and he came third in the Spartan High Roller for 10 lakhs. Wow, he's been playing since 2014. That's super interesting, and he has opened. I mean,
bit loose, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, considering he was under the gun, I would have expected something a little more stronger in terms of just showing the table that, don't mess.
Yeah.
no, but I guess you gotta keep the aggression, don't you think, Sam? Like if you,
Yeah,
I
I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say to counter that. Is he's amongst the sort of top 3 in chips. It's a pretty hand. People are maybe playing, a bit more cautious. So, I mean, you just have to take it as it comes, I suppose. If no one else is leading the action, it's a pretty enough hand, I suppose. And if people aren't playing back at you,
what do you have to say about this pre-flop call on the button with such a...
I don't like that at all. I don't understand the
But Muskan, you mentioned unconventional. It seems like he's really living up to the mark here. Oh, 4th hard on the board. This can't be causing any joy for either of them.
It's just one that wants to come.
Oh, wow. I mean, if I'm in Arjun's spot here, I'm going to be a bit suspect. it look like I was on a sunny bluff and I've hit, and then go for the big overbit on the river. But
Right.
it worked out. Yeah, I didn't like the cool pre-flop. I didn't like the thing click, but the heart come to his rescue, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that while his earlier play could have been titled a bit circumspect, but I think he pulled the trigger when it mattered. So good for him, and
Yeah.
I guess he's been rewarded with this next hand, ace queen offsuit.
Yeah.
Well, are we seeing the same table or what? What's happening here?
That's some voodoo stuff going on here. I don't know what's happening.
He
No,
absolutely
100%
slayed
it's a
it.
misclick. 100%.
Okay.
He might be running around celebrating that the bluff got through and then he's come back. That's definitely an error. He wouldn't have folded that, I'm sure.
Amit More, come on, man. Misclicks on the FT. No. Gotta be a little more careful, buddy.
And there's so... Sorry, Sam, what were you saying?
No, carry on, please.
No, you say. Go.
I was going to say, I did talk about, some players, they're at final table, they might want to, make their mark now and, make an impression. And
Yeah.
it would certainly make an impression if you come in and say, I'm going to fold all the premium hands and play really, really unconventional. But
Oh my God, Sam, you might have just cracked it here. You never know. That's what Amit is really going for. He's like, okay, I'm done with. He's so sick and tired of losing with premiums, and now he's decided that he's just gonna go with the tricky ones.
yeah, this is an interesting one here, especially if Prac 27, I'm not sure who the player is, decides to barrel all the way.
Prakhar Kapoor. Yeah.
This is a nice sort of jam or fold. I don't think.
And he has 2 IOPC titles, so he's won. Like this guy understands, how to apply pressure, how to finish, and he's quite good at that. So, Prakhar Kapoor.
Sorry
we don't have
to cut you off,
expectation.
Muskan. We're just experiencing a couple of audio glitches. We're going to refresh the stream and be back in a couple of minutes. Please bear with us. We're just going to fix this audio glitch and come right back to you.
It's coming from Sam's side, no?